Down the Barrel Podcast with Jimmy, Dino, and Jared.
Today we're talking turkey hunting with our good friends Josh and Katie. Thanks for joining us again, guys. And today we're going to talk about your fantabulous trip to Utah turkey hunting.
Yeah. Seems how you couldn't get it done in Minnesota.
Right.
Well,
could you went further away?
Back that up
yeah, all right. Successful on one.
You guys actually got a turkey on that last trip?
Yeah.
Yeah, Utah.
Didn't we do a show on that one?
No, the Minnesota one we did.
The first Minnesota trip,
Yeah.
yes. Josh was successful.
When we went down to Perry's.
Yeah.
Just
And then the second trip, well, I guess you guys were up by your place.
Yep. But we can't talk about that.
Yeah,
No.
not
No,
as
that's
successful
taboo.
with that one.
That's
That
a
was poaching.
that's a story.
That might have been missing.
Just kidding. There was no poaching.
No.
That I know of.
So then, since that was unsuccessful, then you found a place in Utah. So we'll let you tell that story on how all that went about.
And how'd you even find
I'm
that
interested in that.
turkey hunting
Yeah.
in Utah?
That was
Well,
all
I'll
you.
start out how we found it. So I had just finished mowing the lawn. And so I thought, I'm going to sit on a bench and have a bourbon and look at my handiwork, and see how good a job I did. So poured myself a nice bourbon and I'm sitting on the bench scrolling a little Facebook, and looking at the freshly cut grass. And all of a sudden I noticed this guy posting about fall. Well, Utah calls it fall. I don't understand how fall is like January,
Right.
February. Like, I don't get that.
It's
But
Utah. It's something across the Rockies. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever, they call it a fall hunt. And I saw it and I thought, oh my God, that would be so cool to go out and hunt Merriam's turkeys in Utah, and I'm thinking, okay, how can I pitch this to Katie so I can get this to work out? And I'm thinking, okay, she didn't get one. So I think that's my angle. Like, we can go out there, you get another chance.
Yep.
Let's do this. So I open up the door and I go, hey, come out here to the bench. I got something to show you. And she comes out and I start selling it, as best I can. And I'm like, look at how cool this is. He says almost 100% success. Like, it's a Merriam's, like it's a whole different type of turkey. Like, you want to do this. I think you're going to want to do this. And she goes, yeah, let's do it.
Wow.
And I was like,
He really didn't have to sell it that hard.
and
I was
look at her,
in right away.
are you serious? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. And we'll send the deposit right now. And so,
Wow.
yeah, that's how.
And then she
rolled
looked
out.
over and goes, oh, by the way, you missed a spot in the lawn over there.
Yeah. I thought you suck at mowing.
Right.
Yeah. But before we paid the deposit, I went, wait a minute. I'm like, how far is Utah or that place from Durango?
Yeah.
And he's like, we look it up. It was like 5 hours. So I'm like, well, there's no way we can go all that way and not go see Megan.
Yep.
And he was like, oh, we better make sure she's okay with the dates before we pay the deposit.
Yeah.
So anyway, I get on the phone, I call her and I ask her what she's doing. Because the days we were looking at, we'd be at her house over New Year's. So I'm like, you guys gonna be around? Like, I know it's a ways away because this was probably in July when we found it. And she was like, yeah, that'll work. I'm like, all right, well, we're booking a trip, so we're gonna come see you. So then we got a hold of the guy. We made the deposit that day, and that was that.
Wow. So what does a turkey hunting trip in Utah cost?
It was cheap, but it was only 2 days.
What did it cost? I don't even remember.
$800 a person?
Yeah.
I think so.
That was just for the guiding fee, though. So then you
Yeah.
have to buy. So then one thing that we did underestimate was the cost of the license. So I'm
Yes.
thinking a couple $100 for the turkey license, which it was somewhere around there. But then you also have to buy a Utah small game license, which was another $180 or whatever. So we thought it was going to be like $300 for licenses, and it ended up costing like $600.
Wow,
for
that's like a
licenses.
deer license.
But for between the two of us.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There's a few states that are like that where you have to get the hunting license and then you buy the
Kansas is one of
tag.
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
The hunting
so is
license is
Illinois.
like $100 and then your tag
Isn't it?
is
Yeah.
another whatever. yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that we didn't factor that in, but
Right.
it was
still
fine. It was
only
fine.
Couple grand for two people. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
guided. I mean, that's not horrible.
not bad. And then we had to get a hotel room there,
Okay.
but that was
That was pretty cheap.
too. Yeah. So I don't know. It wasn't that bad.
Budget host, or Motel
Merriam
6. They leave the
Super
light
8.
on for you. Oh,
Super
there you
8.
go. See?
What town was it actually in?
The hotel was in Salina,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Utah.
Not that I know where that is. I just like saying it.
So how far from here? How far of a drive?
22 hours.
Yeah, because I was
from
saying
there?
Moab's
That's not bad.
24.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, about
Yeah, it's a
22
little bit of a
hours.
hike. So if you're ever in the mood for really good pizza and you feel like driving 20 plus
2 hours.
they
It
got a
was
little-
the best pizza
it
I've
was
ever
so
had.
good.
Well, that
Little
better be
side
some
tangent
damn
for
good
you.
pizza.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So what was the name of the pizza joint?
Yeah.
It was
Give 'em a
called
plug.
Lots of Matza.
Not the one you buy in stores.
Oh,
like-
no.
That's
Okay.
where I've heard that.
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, lots of matzah. I wonder if this is where like
They
it
made-
originated from.
That's what
Yeah.
I thought.
But it was
Nope.
just a little family owned joint. And I think we were arguing about where to go to eat that night. And I'm
Not
like, let's-
arguing, trying to decide.
We were arguing.
Arguing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But finally, I won the day finally.
Oh, there you go.
First time ever. And
Whatever.
And it was a win. It
it was
sounds
a
like.
win. Big time win.
It was good. And then we go in there and we order our pizza and breadsticks and whatever, because I always gotta have breadsticks or cheesy bread. And then we're like, oh, we should get a drink. And she just must have been the owner. She was like, drinks are free tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Lots
Yeah.
of matzah.
Yeah.
Lots of matzah.
Oh, we might be making a road trip.
Right.
It's worth it.
So you're at the hotel.
Yep.
What do you do? I mean, where do you go hunting? I mean, it's Utah, so it's probably desert, right?
So this hunt it's a special hunt. You can only hunt on private land
Okay.
for this fall hunt. It's basically
Nuisance hunt.
it's almost
Yeah.
like a nuisance hunt. And so it's trying to reduce the population so that there's not so many turkeys eating out of farmers,
Mhm.
cattle feed or, whatever.
Right.
And so it's a private land only hunt. So that's where we ended up going through this guide because he's got connections on where you can go.
He's got permission from
right,
everyone.
Yeah. Yep.
So it was probably 25-minute, half-hour drive out of Salina, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
To where we were hunting at. And he had 4 or 5 different properties lined up. None of them are super huge
Mm-hmm.
because as soon as you hit the public, you're done. Like, as the turkeys are getting up towards the mountains, it turns into public land.
Yeah.
I suppose,
And then
yeah.
you're done. So it was actually, first off, it turned out to be way more challenging than we thought because ordinarily, at this time of year, the mountains have 4 or 5 feet of snow at the peaks, and the valley has snow, say a foot. And so the turkeys come down from the mountains and they come into the valley and they want to eat, the farmer's food and the hay, whatever, the grain, whatever's out there. Like they're looking for, and so it's almost like hunting deer over a food plot. So you're hunting trails, and they're consistently in a certain spot. We went out there. There was no snow.
None.
Like none in the valley, none at the mountaintop.
Wow.
There were still birds coming down. Like we probably saw a couple hundred the first day, but
Mhm.
they can go anywhere they want. They can go
Right.
back up in the mountain. They can go to the next field. They have no set pattern. Whereas, as he explained it, usually it was like
You could pattern them.
fish over a barrel. Like you'd sit in a ground blind and 300 turkeys are in front of this ground blind, and you just wait till you find the one that you trips
Yeah.
your trigger, gets, and so it was a little bit harder for us, I would say.
Yeah, the first morning we set up and was it raining? It was raining. It was raining.
Snow.
Raining and yeah. So that was got kind of sucked. But anyway, so he put us in 2 separate spots and we were sitting there and I was surprised at how talkative they were. When we knew where they were roosting and we could hear them and see them in the tree where they're roosting. So it was just waiting for them to come down and hopefully walk past one of us.
Mhm.
I had one in the morning and it was walking through a field and it was going to cross. And I was like, okay, if it crosses right, I'm going to get a shot at it. But I could tell it was a hen. And I was like, do I shoot at it or do I wait? Because I kind of wanted a tom.
Right.
I was like, oh, but I decided I was just going to shoot it. Well, just my luck, the stupid thing, when it got in range, it took off as fast as it could on the other side of the, I don't know, it was like a hedge. And so I never got a shot. And then I had another one come, but it took off flying before it was even in range. And I don't know, did you even have any come by you that morning?
No, not that morning. I didn't.
No.
But it's, and to clarify, so this hunt, you can buy a couple different variations. You can buy your first tag is good for either male or female, so either one. Okay. So she could shoot a hen.
Yes.
Then the second one, I think, was hen only because they want to actually thin down on the hens. So I think your first one, you could shoot a tom, a jake, or a hen. And then if you wanted to, you could buy additional licenses to take 2 more hens.
Oh, wow.
But we didn't buy that because when we got caught off guard, like I said earlier, I was like, well, let's just buy the one. We only got 2 days. So,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I didn't see anything that morning. I mean, I saw them up in the roost and heard them and all the things because we were only a couple 100 yards apart, but nothing came past me that morning.
So the first morning, then you didn't see anything, Josh.
Nope.
You saw a couple, you didn't get an opportunity. I mean,
Right.
Were you thinking at that time, like, oh man, we drove all the way out here, this is going to be a bust? Or are you still hopeful?
Not yet, but when he came and got us within probably an hour, and he's like, well, that's it. We're going to go look around, see if we see any, and we're kind of do some scouting. I'm like, what? It's only like,
I haven't even fell asleep yet.
Yeah, I haven't even chance for a nap.
I didn't even get to eat all my Snickers bars.
No. And so the one thing about out there in the fall only is you can use a 17 HMR.
Oh, really?
So he had one in his truck. And so we're driving around and Katie took a few shots and so did I, but at like 200 yards at a turkey with a 17. But for me, I can't speak for her, but for me, like the scope that he had, I had to be really, really close to it in order to have the eye relief not be, because I got kind of wacky eyes. And so I'd have to get really close to it. And then as soon as I got really close to it, my breath kept fogging up the scope. And I'm like, God, I can't even freaking see the things. Like, how am I supposed to take a shot? But by that morning, I was a little bit like you were saying, Jim, like, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
Like I thought we were going to see hundreds and we saw, Katie saw like 2 or 3 and I saw none.
We did see like hundreds up on the public land where we couldn't hunt, but we knew where they were roosting. So I said to Josh, we got to get down there where we know they're going to come into the roost. And I said that to the guide too. Like I wasn't trying to step on his toes, but I was like, what if we like sat down there, down this hill, and there was this rock wall? And he said yesterday, the night before, they all walked right past there to go to the roost. So he's like, yeah, go down there and sit. And it was a beautiful afternoon. And we sat down there and he got to have his nap.
It was like 5 minutes.
And then, but what was really cool is, when we were just sitting there, we're super quiet and still. And there was these mule deer in the field. And I don't know how far at first do you think they were?
35 yards at the start. But,
and then I was just watching them. And then they kept getting closer and closer and closer. And then I don't know, one spotted me and we were just staring at each other and she kept walking closer and closer. And I'm like, what do I do if she
she got literally within probably about 7 yards.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She was looking at Katie and she kind of moving her head around and stomp her foot once in a while, and she just kept trying to see what she was. Yeah, she probably got within 7 yards of her.
That was really cool. And I'm taking a video of her because I was like, this is so cool. And then she finally spooked and left. But so that was really neat. That was I was like, man, if I don't get a turkey, I'm fine. Like that was the coolest.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's what she says now.
Right.
But then, so, you know, because it's our luck, the turkeys come in on the other side of the roost and never in range.
It was cool because probably about 100 birds came off the mountain to the opposite side. So there's the rock wall we were sitting on. There's a little bit of field and the roosting area. And then on the other side, there's another field. And that's where the 100 came down. But they came down there and we could hear them. They were making all sorts of different
they were just
turkey noises.
Talking away.
And then we saw, before we pulled out of there, we probably saw 20 of them fly up into the roost, and they were making noise up there. And you know, the sun was setting over the mountains, and it was really cool to see that. And then when we left, we got out to the guide, and he's like, there's another 50 right along the road in these trees. And I think they're perfectly set up to come right where you guys were this morning.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So we kind of made this plan to set up for the morning, and then you can tell how that went.
It was so devastating. We were set up in the morning. We're all ready to go. I'm watching them because now it's not raining, so I can look through. My binoculars were all fogged up the day before. But anyway, so I could look through my binoculars, and I'm watching all these birds, and they're facing us. So I'm like, they're going to come down this way and walk right past us. And so I had a tree by, in front of me, and then there was another group closer to Josh. And I'm like, oh, we're golden. We're gonna get lucky this morning. And they were just gobbling and talking away. And I'm like, oh, there's toms up there because I can hear them, and I'm excited. And then it's starting.
They were facing our direction too. You could see they were looking our way.
Yep. And so we're just waiting, and you can tell they're starting to move a little more. They're getting ready to fly down, and all of a sudden I look down the road and I see a school bus coming. I'm like, shit. There they go. Sure enough, every single one of them turned in the roost and took off across the road the other direction.
The school bus stopped about 15 feet from the tree that all these turkeys were in, and you could watch them pivot in the tree. And they all flew the other way. And then that bus wasn't there the day before, which was a Monday. So I don't understand. Maybe there was no school that day. I don't know. But this was Tuesday. And that bus pulls up, and you watch all them turkeys turn in the tree, and they fly across towards that rock wall where we had set up the night before. So within about 15 minutes of this happening, here comes the guy. And he's like, well, we're done. And I'm like...
We're done.
Now what are we gonna do? He's like, well, we'll do what we did yesterday. We'll drive around. We'll see if we can find some. Which we did find some birds, but everything was far away.
Yeah, nothing we could sneak up on.
You couldn't sneak up on. Like nothing was working right. So now I'm getting grumpy,
right?
Because it's day 2.
He was grumpy.
It's day 2, and in my head. Well, shouldn't say in my head. He had kind of said how the hunt normally goes, which is there's hundreds of birds on front. Well, thus far, we have seen birds, hundreds of them, but up in the public land, where we can't hunt. And I'm thinking, I've had 0 turkeys in front of me in a day and a half. We've got 20 hours to get home. So I said to Katie after the guy dropped us off, no, it was before the guy dropped us off. She says, what are you thinking? And I said, let's just go home. I said, I'm done. We haven't seen anything. We haven't hardly seen anything. I'd rather take the 4 or 5 hours and get on the road and start heading back home because we'd taken a week in Colorado to visit my sister. And Katie says, no. She says, I really want to try to get turkey. I really feel like we can do this. I really want to stay. I said, well, whatever. If you want to stay, fine. I guess we'll stay.
She was not happy about it.
So in the meantime,
I can imagine that.
She says to the guide, is there any way you'd let us just pick our own spot, drop us off early? And the guide's like, well, what did you have in mind? And so Katie says, well, where those birds roosted the night before off that rock wall, 10 or 20 of them got up in the tree, but there was still 80 of them on the ground during still legal shooting time. And she's like, we got half a day left. She's like, can we just kind of get over and work our way in? Is that huntable land? Could we get kind of in close
I
to
said,
them?
I want to be inside those trees.
Yep. And he said, well, yeah, but you'd have to get there early and it's like 30 degrees. I go, dude, we're from Minnesota, like 30 degrees.
Like,
We left, it was 20 below when we left.
Right?
This feels good.
we were sitting out there with like just hoodies
This is
on. I'm
comfortable.
Like, we're good.
So we went home. We went to the
Hotel,
Super
packed
8.
up, checked out.
Yep. And then we got out there at like 1 o'clock so that we were there like super early. And we lucked out. We got inside those trees.
We
and
had time for a nap.
I did. We got inside the trees with all, and it had good long grass. And there was a couple of, I don't even know what they were, like tables or something, like that old farm tables. And they were all weather
Counters or
gray.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we kind of set up behind those, so we had good cover, and so we set up, long before the time that we assumed that turkeys would come down, and then I don't know, we were probably there an hour or so, and then some mule deer came in, and they were working around us, and they didn't even know we were there because we were so quiet and had good cover, and they kind of moved off, and then all of a sudden Katie spotted a tom.
Oh, he was gorgeous.
And he was probably 60 yards away, and he would never get close. He was just feeding along, just eating, but he was all by himself. And I'm like, God, if he gets into 30 yards, Katie, just shoot him. At least we'll get one.
Right.
At least we
Right.
got out here with something, take the shot. But he never did. And then it probably was 4:15 or something like that.
Sure.
Somewhere around there. 4:15. The night before, there was like 100 some birds came down. This night, like 12 came down.
Yeah.
Of course.
But it's like 4:15, and they're hanging out in that same field where the night before we couldn't get them, and they were too far for us to shoot, and they're doing all their turkey talk and all that stuff, and then it was probably about 4:20 or 4:30, the first turkey flies up. And it comes by us, and it's like a B-52 bomber. I mean, they look huge in the air. I mean, just gigantic. And it lands right above Katie's head.
Like I go like this, and it's right there.
And
It was crazy.
So I look over at her and I go, don't move.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Just shh. Don't move. I'm like, if this thing sees you, we're done.
Screwed.
Because he's probably going to, I don't know what turkeys do if they're, but I'm like,
Right.
I'm thinking the thing's going to sound some distress call, and then all the rest of them will be like, oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that one flew up, and then another one flew up, and then another one flew up, and they were all like right above us. It's not like they were 50 yards to either side.
Yeah.
They're right up above us, and we're just like panicked, like we're not moving. So in my
Starting
head,
to get a little nervous because I'm like, what are they all like? I'm thinking they're gonna walk in here a little bit, and I'm like, what if they don't? And I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck.
and that's what I was thinking too. Is in my head, I'm like, this sucks. If there was 100 birds, they're not all going to fly up. It's just,
Right.
we're hoping, but there's not that many. And we've already got like 4 of them up in the tree. So I'm thinking doomsday, they're all just going to fly up, and you can't shoot them out of the roost. It's illegal. So, and I'm getting ready to start pouting when suddenly, just almost like we had rehearsed, like what we had talked about, because we had kind of said before, like, how are we going to handle it if birds come in? Like, we're going to kind of have to shoot at the same time if we both want to get one. And so just like we rehearsed, all of a sudden 2 birds come out of the grass.
It was hilarious.
One on the left and one on the right. And so Katie's to my left. And so we're just kind of sitting there, and I whispered to her, I said, "Are you on it?" And she says, "Yeah." I said, "All right, I'm going to count down from 3. And so I'm like, 3, 2, 1. And I shoot, boom. And I see my bird flopping on the ground, and I'm like, ugh. Then I realize I haven't heard a second shot. So either she perfectly timed it, and I look over, and she's still got the gun up, and I'm in a panic because this whole thing was to go out and get one for her, and I've shot, and she's still sitting there, and I'm looking at her, And just as I'm kind of looking at her, boom, she shoots. And I'm looking in the ground. I'm looking and I don't see one flopping. And then I see it's walking, like it didn't run. And I hear her, you know, she's got a pump. I hear her pump that shotgun again. Boom, she shoots again. And then I seen it roll on the ground and she had gotten it. And then
Nice.
you gotta tell your reaction.
I was so excited. I jumped up and I went, fuck yeah.
We might have to bleep that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
bleep
No.
that out.
No.
But then I had my gun. I flipped the safety on and I go running over there and I fell down once because I was so excited. I get over there, I grab it. I was like, yeah. And I'm like, did you get yours? Because I wasn't even paying attention that his was down. And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay. So then I run over by him and I'm huffing and puffing. I think I fell again. I was just like,
Awesome.
I was so excited. We were both super excited. It was pretty awesome. And then we, put them down next to each other, and his was, more cream color and mine was like pure white. It was so pretty. It was so pretty. And mine ended up being, we knew we could shoot either, so mine ended up being a hen and his was a Jake.
Okay.
It was, if you could have imagined, let's say, the sound if you shot a world record whitetail, probably wouldn't have been much different than Katie shooting this turkey.
Yeah.
She was hyperventilating. Like she said, she fell down like
I think I fell 3 or 4 times.
And then
yes.
she got back to me with her turkey. She's like, and I go, "Are you having a heart attack? Are you be okay?"
You should probably sit down.
No, but it was pretty cool. And then we got some good pictures with the mountains in the background, and like she said, mine had kind of that creamy color, but hers was so pretty. It had like the whitest tips on the tail, and the feathers before the tail feathers were just pure white. It was just gorgeous.
And might I add, he wanted to go home.
Right.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, just
I had
saying.
to admit that you were right.
She was definitely
I'm glad
right.
we
She's
stayed.
definitely right.
Yeah.
That turned into a hell of a story then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at that point, it's damn near a romantic getaway, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was our honeymoon.
Well,
Oh, well, there you go.
oh,
It was
so
our
see?
honeymoon trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Colorado / Utah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So then did you guys drive straight? You guys didn't drive straight home after that.
No,
Well,
so by the time we got out of there, it was probably 6. So then we drove 6 hours.
Okay.
Well, we got to the
Directly
hotel.
after the hunt.
Yeah, we got to the hotel we were staying at 11:45 or something.
And if you've never cleaned 2 turkeys in an American at midnight,
You've never been
and then
to.
celebrated with 2 shots of wild turkey at midnight, you just ain't living.
So where's about you guys end up? Like Sterling or something?
What the heck was the name of the town?
I've only looked this up like 3 times.
You look it up.
I was just kind of curious how far that was because I've stayed in some hotels out there on the way back from Moab.
Yeah, I think it was. While she looks it up, we stayed there, and then we got up that morning and we drove to Fargo.
Okay.
And then I think we'd had a busy 8 days, and then the hunting and whatever, and
Right.
we were like, okay, well, we're from Fargo to North home, like we could probably do it, but I was like, let's just get a hotel and drive home tomorrow morning.
Right.
Make it easy.
Yeah.
Make it more relaxing.
Yeah.
I've been there.
So yeah, that was kind of the Utah trip, but tons of mule deer.
Oh,
I mean,
everywhere.
everywhere. I've never seen so many deer. There was mule deer everywhere. And there was a lot of turkeys. I mean, I would love to go out there on a normal, what he says is a normal year, and see what that's like. Because, I
Me
mean,
too.
we probably did see 150, 200 birds in a day. Like Katie said, you couldn't
Springs,
shoot them. Rock
Wyoming.
Springs, Wyoming.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay.
To Wyoming.
I know where
Okay,
that is.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we stayed. Then we went to Fargo the next day. But then, so on our way home, we leave the hotel in Wyoming and we're driving, and I don't know, we've been driving a couple hours or 2 hours, I think, and get a text from our dog sitter that
Oh, that's right.
Maggie and the puppy had run off and not come home yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, so we're trying to figure that out, and we getting people looking and this and that. And I said to Josh, I said, if they're not found by the time we get to Fargo, I'm driving all the way home. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully at about 1:00 in the afternoon, they were found.
Well,
so
that's good.
Jeez.
stupid dogs.
Damn dogs.
I know.
Damn dogs.
Damn dogs. Almost ruined the trip.
But they were safe. It was fine. So then but it was kind of good because when we got to Fargo, we were done.
Yeah.
We were exhausted. That was what? Did we do 14 hours or 12? I think we did 14.
Well, then your math isn't right. If we did 6 the first night and 14 the second, it was probably pretty close.
It'd be pretty close. It kind of depend. I mean, obviously from Rock Springs, you probably cut through at an angle. Or did you cut right up to Montana and then across? Or
Yeah,
you would have cut southern Wyoming and then up?
We went through
South Dakota, North Dakota.
No, not on the way home. We
No,
went
from Rock
through
Springs.
Wyoming.
You would have angled across, probably went over to Sheridan and then up.
I was
over.
driving with my eyes closed.
Oh, yeah. It's normally how you drive.
We went through, I don't know, some little dinky town.
It was probably, it was about that.
Damn near every town in Wyoming is a small dinky town.
I know, but even when we crossed into North Dakota, I don't recognize any.
I swore we were in South Dakota.
That's even a dinky town, too.
Yeah, we had to have been.
Yeah.
We went through
You
South
would have
Dakota.
angled across.
Yeah.
I know which way you would have went, but yeah. So
Oh,
probably
yeah,
that
that's
first 6
South
hours,
Dakota.
you guys
Yeah,
just
yeah,
were
yeah.
not like nonstop talking the whole. I can
I'm
imagine
sure.
Katie probably didn't even breathe from the time you left after the hunt till you got to the hotel.
Yeah, we replayed that hunt about
I
1,000
can't
times.
Well, you want to know something? I had to
There
keep
we go.
talking to keep him calm as we were driving in the dark through on roads where you look over the edge
Yeah,
and it's nothing
yeah.
but 300.
Been there.
I don't do well in
He
that.
goes. He goes.
Been there.
He started driving, and about 20 minutes in, he goes, you need to drive. I'm like, okay.
For whatever reason, I'm a good driver, but out there, like when I'm looking down over the edge and whatever, and I just couldn't do it. And Katie's like, it didn't bother her. So I'm like, all right, whenever there's like mountainous terrain, you drive, which still kind of scares me.
Right?
Well, at least you
I
can close
was
your eyes then.
Very good.
Yeah.
I kept you safe.
Yeah.
I
Well, there you
did.
go.
I did all the Colorado driving and most of the way home.
Until we got to the flatland, and then you took a nap, and I drove the boring
And he's
flatland.
like, yep,
it's
I'll
worse.
drive through
This
that.
is my speed right here.
I think I drove all the way into Fargo. I was driving when we got into Fargo. Yes, I was.
That's because you slept through South Dakota.
We might have a domestic.
I know. I think we did last
Right?
time.
Haven't
too.
we had
almost
one
did
almost
too.
every
Yeah,
time?
almost every
Every
time.
So anyway,
This is our therapy session.
It is.
So you're gonna have to send us pictures. I know we saw them,
Yeah,
on Facebook
send
and
us
stuff,
pictures,
but you
we'll
have to
share
send us some pictures. So how did you do the mount? Did you just mount the tail feathers?
We did the tail feathers on a mounting board.
Yep.
And then we got
Feet.
the feet
the feet.
Okay.
and the shell that
We shot.
we each shot
we
them
shot
with.
'em with.
Yep.
Nice.
That's hanging like where the beard would have been.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we
We got-
bought turkey conservation stamps, and those are on
Oh,
the
nice.
plaque too.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you save any of the gizzard, the rocks, or anything?
No.
Okay.
No. Oh, and then we
Oh,
also
we
got
forgot about that.
Oh.
so from
Sorry.
Ryan
remember talking
Kirby.
about I was going to tell them
Oh, yeah.
about the posters.
Well, you go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm going to find a picture.
So Ryan Kirby, who did a MDHA print
Yep.
of the year a few
Yeah.
years back, he makes a poster. I forget, it's like 12 by 16 or something. For each species of turkeys, he makes an Eastern and a Merriam and all the different ones. And it talks about the species of the bird, and then it has a little spot where you can put like the date of the harvest and about the hunt and the weight of the bird. And then there's a spot where you can put a picture.
Okay.
Like a 4x6 picture.
Mhm.
So we have one for every turkey. We've got an Eastern and the 2 Merriams, and they each have a little poster that talks about it.
Nice.
And then we've got one more Eastern that we're saving for when Katie gets an Eastern. And so then we'll put that up there.
So you're going to keep going then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's your next one?
I want to do a world grand
I
slam.
was going to ask you.
I
when
want
it
Not
was-
the world. You want to do the North
I
American
want to do
Grand
the
Slam.
world.
Oh, wow. We're getting crazy now.
I think that would
Getting
be.
crazy.
You better start saving now.
At least I would like to do a
I'd
North
do the
American.
North American.
Yeah.
I'd be up for
I
that.
would
That'd be
really
cool.
like to.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yep.
And what were the ones we were looking at the other day? God, they're so pretty.
That was
Probably the
part of
ones
the
in
World
Florida.
Grand Slam. Well, the
Osceola?
Osceolas in
Osceola.
Florida are pretty, but this was in Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
those
yeah.
were cool.
And it was really cool looking.
Those
Yeah.
ones are neat. But there's only a small area where those ones
Yes,
are.
they were
Casey's just
small.
got a thing for being down with the drug lords, I think. Like,
Yeah, because it's like down by Cancun and stuff.
Because I like Mexico.
yeah. But no, rolling into this year, like, last year, like you guys know, and we went down to kind of the Winona area to do our spring hunt. Well, this year, just due to our schedules and whatnot, we can't make it work. So we got lined up with the landowner up by our house that we went to
Last
during
year.
F season.
Mhm.
And he says he's got 5 toms hanging around the house right now. And he's got, I don't know, 400 acres or something like that. And so he said we could come back there. So we can't even hunt A season. So we bought licenses for the B season. So we'll be hunting up north this year. So if we get one, it'll be quite the feat, but they're around. I mean, we've got pretty good flock of turkeys.
Mhm.
What were you watching on the way to work all winter? It must have been.
At least 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming up north.
something.
That meant
Yeah.
miles now,
Yeah.
too.
It's
What he doesn't know, though, is he doesn't get to go hunting until I shoot one.
you're not my
Now
boss.
you know now. Now you know,
Now I know.
right?
Well, when we went out to Utah, she's like, "Well, can I shoot 2? Like, what happens if I happen to be sitting there and I shoot one and then another one walks by? Can I shoot that?" And in my head, I'm like, "Okay, well, I already had shot one, so would I let her do that?" Then I'm thinking, this might be my only chance for a Merriam's. Like, if we were
Right.
back at home and it was an Eastern, like, would I be okay with that? Probably, maybe,
Not.
but
Wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah,
That
but
would
a
be
Merriam?
like, that'd
A
be like
Merriam?
him letting me shoot his deer.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
a
not-
Merriam.
not Josh,
No,
no.
I don't think so, Tim.
It's like I love you, honey, but you ain't shooting my animal.
I love you, but not that much.
Yep.
That's a stretch too far.
Exactly. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've learned.
He's a strong, independent man.
I was like, how many?
That doesn't get to go hunting until I shoot one.
I'm thinking, how many days of vacation can I take so that I can go out hunting up close to home and you'll be stuck at work?
You probably shouldn't have said that out loud.
I know my master plan just went out the window.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much.
And therein lies the problem when you marry somebody that hunts too.
Exactly.
Yep.
Huh?
See,
That
you guys
happens.
were saying how you wish your wives hunted, and I think that was just sarcasm because I think,
Well, I mean, it is and it isn't because
Right.
you
It's
got to
good
go
and
to
bad.
Utah
yeah.
Exactly.
hunting. That would never fly at my place.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we would go together
Yeah, that's
because we're married pretty
Right.
much together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is getting creepy.
I don't know if that's
I don't
creepy,
know.
but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm like in my head, I'm thinking, we're getting a turkey this year.
Exactly. We are getting turkey this year. We are hunting turkey this
We
year.
got so many offers this year, places to go that we have to get one.
Right. And I've got turkeys behind
So where
the
are you
house.
We haven't decided yet.
Right.
Oh.
I've got it behind the house. He's got behind his place. We've got a spot over by Duluth area. Then obviously, we could go down to Winona,
Yeah.
and that's where then we've got central Minnesota.
Right.
So
So we
we've
got
got
some
some
options.
spots,
There's
but-
no excuse this year that we shouldn't be able to get one.
Right. And we're definitely, I'm getting mine with bow.
Me too.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cause it's so
Me
much, it's longer
much
season.
easier?
It's not easier, but longer
You get more time. You get
more time.
More time.
Oh, yeah, because you
Yeah.
can hunt the whole time, can't you?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Although with spring, it's, you can only shoot toms,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks.
But you shoot Jakes.
Well,
too,
you can
can't
shoot
You
Jake.
can
Or
shoot a
Jake.
Jake or a
shoot,
Tom.
you got to shoot a beard.
A male.
Let's put
Right.
it that
With a
way.
beard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a bump does not mean a beard.
Right.
Correct.
Well, we passed
Remember
on a
that?
Jake last year in the spring.
Well,
But
you
that
weren't
was because
sure.
we weren't
I didn't want.
educated last year.
I think I knew we could shoot a Jake. I didn't want to shoot a Jake.
I would have shot him in a heartbeat. But
Well, and that brings up a good point of so that little conversation just now brings up a point. So I asked Katie the other day, I said, all right. So we go out first day, second day, whatever, and a Jake comes by. Are you gonna shoot it? Oh, well, it depends on the circumstance. If depending on how many birds we're seeing, blah, 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 blah. Like she had this whole big thing about if she was going to shoot it. And I was like, and she's like, what about you? I'm like, I'm shooting it. I'm like, we're up in northern Minnesota. There's only so many. Like if a nice Jake walks by, I'm shooting it. If it's legal, I'm shooting it. I've only shot 2. Like,
yeah, I made that mistake last year. Not going to do it again this year.
Yeah, probably. But I said to him, if there's a Jake, but I see a Tom further out or whatever, well, I'm going to hopefully try to get that one in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I just don't have that self-control.
I know you don't.
I don't either, Josh.
Neither of you do. See, I would hold out for a Tom.
Yeah, see?
Yep. If I knew there was a Tom in the area.
I like to call it killer instinct, Josh.
I think so. Dean's lacking that.
He is.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He cries.
He cries. But, I don't know if it is kind of the killer instinct, but also for me, like, and I'm this way with deer too. I get excited over if I shot a Jake or if I shot a Tom or if I shot a doe or if I shot a buck, the heartbeat gets going and I get ramped up. Doesn't matter. Like to me, it's all the things that go into it. It's all this. And then to have that icing on the cake of the success, that just trips my trigger. And for me, it's never mattered if it's big, if it's small, like whatever. It's just the whole like thing coming together. Like, I don't know. For me, that's what it's all about. And I just get excited no matter. I get excited over a 15-inch walleye. Just, and we catch them all the time, but it's like,
I don't know. I guess it depends on where and what. Like, if I know there's toms in the area and I've seen them, I'm going to hold out for the tom that I want.
Right.
Just like if there's deer in the area that I know that I want, I'm going to hold out for that buck.
Oh, you're a trophy hunter.
And because I want it. That's what I want. I want to pursue that trophy so I can get that one. But there are times, and I've done it, to where it's like, I don't care what I shoot, so I'm going to shoot, whatever I can. But if I know that there's some in the area that I got my eyes on, I'm going to hold out.
Well, and I think that, without starting a broader discussion, like, in Minnesota, for the most, you can, if I want to shoot a spike, I can shoot a spike.
Right.
As long as it's legal, you can shoot it. Right.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of hunters that say that's wrong. You should have antler restrictions or, whatever, point restrictions, whatever that might be. And then there's some that do the flip side that would maybe be more in my camp. Hey, if it's legal, you should be able to shoot it. Mm-hmm. So the thing I like about Minnesota is that you do have those options so that people like me that just get excited whether they shoot a spike, a doe, if they have a doe tag or whatever, or a 10-point buck, can do that.
Yep. But
then on the flip side, if you're Dean and you're targeting this 9-point buck and that's all you want to shoot, more power to you. Like, great. As long as that, as long as you can get out there and do the experience and get what you want to do, and as long as it's legal, I say that's great.
Right.
And that's one thing that I will say about Minnesota, that they allow the ability for the different mindsets,
diversity.
Not everybody wants to wait for that 10-pointer. Or if they did, they'd never see one. Like there is a Minnesota
in our area.
It ain't happening.
Well, and then there's people like me that I just want the meat in the freezer when it comes to deer hunting. So if I have a doe tag, I'm going to shoot the first thing I can get a shot at, And
I've done both. I've waited, and then there's been years to where I can only get a buck. So the only thing I see is, a little fork or a spike. It's like, well, that's the only buck I've seen all season. So guess what? I'm going to shoot him because I want the meat, but if I already have meat in the freezer, or I know I've got, a doe tag, so I'll take a doe whenever. Now I'm going to hold off for, if there's a buck around that I want, I'm going to hold out for that, especially for archery. I mean, for me with archery, I want to take a nice deer if I can, if there's one around. If not, sure, I'll shoot anything that moves. But if I can sit there and have that patience or have the time to do it, if I have the time, I'll definitely hold out for something a little bit nicer. If I don't have the time, if I've only got 2 days to hunt, I'm shooting whenever, you know,
Right.
and that may be how spring turkey comes too. You know, I mean, right now I'm saying I'm going to take a tom and it's going to be a decent one, but I may only get 2 days to hunt. Jake walks in my way, knocking his head
Yeah.
off.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Well, that's a good point. Like the amount of time that you have does matter.
Well, yeah.
you
It
know.
does. Yeah.
If you got 2 days,
Well,
you're not living
so-
your window.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to turkey hunt bee season. It's a week long. And it's like a Wednesday to a Tuesday. Okay. Well, we can't take the whole week off.
Right.
So
we
we're
only-
going to take, you know, probably 1 day plus the weekend. So we got 3 days to get her done.
Katie is. I'm taking off.
No, you're
He just didn't
not.
tell you that.
yeah.
Just kidding.
He's not kidding.
He's not kidding.
He is kidding.
Or else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you got to be joking, Josh.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to cause
We're going to have
trouble?
some trouble.
Shut your mouth over there. But you know, one thing, you know, kind of back to the conversation that we were on is that I feel like in the hunting community, there's kind of been this trend to, I don't want to maybe shame people for, you know, taking a smaller deer.
Oh, for sure.
before
Online.
corn or what-
Online, yeah.
especially
Yes.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I really feel like as hunters, we all got to stick together. We're all hunters, right?
Right.
And it shouldn't matter. You shouldn't feel like you shouldn't have to phrase, oh, I shot just a forkhorn.
Right.
Or, oh, I shot
Exactly.
I just got a doe. You should feel proud of no matter what you get. And
Right.
if that gets your heart pounding and it gets your breath, you know, gets you out of breath, you know, whether we're
Yeah.
talking a Jake or a Tom Turkey
Yeah.
or whether we're talking a 10-point buck or a doe, whatever, people should feel like they can, as long as it's legal, should be able to harvest it without feeling like they have to, you know,
Justify.
defend themselves or
Exactly.
justify
Right.
themselves. And I think that's where I'm at, you know, like it was a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to somebody, he's like, well, I like to hold out for 10 pointers, you know, or big bucks or whatever.
Right.
That's great.
Yep.
More power to you. I'm happy for you. Like there's absolutely no judgment
No.
but then on the flip side, if I tell you I shot a forkhorn, don't give me the raspberries because I shot a
You're
forkhorn.
just a
Like,
meat hunter.
yeah, you're just a meat
I
hunter.
don't understand what that even means. You're just a meat hunter.
It's like you better be eating that meat of that deer if you're
Right.
shooting it.
Right.
So,
So
we're
I
all
know,
meat
you know,
hunters.
it's kind of off in the weeds here, but I do think that, you know, as long as it's legal and it gets your heart pounding, go
Right.
for it.
Harvest whatever you want.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then as the other side of the hunter that maybe isn't in that same boat for whatever reason, be happy for that person.
That's
Exactly.
You know,
that's
Celebrate
the,
it.
Yeah, that's the irritating part. Is, you know, all the hunting shows over the years, they all go after trophy deer or trophy animals. Let's put it that way. So that kind of ruined it somewhat. And then the advent of social media,
Oh, that's
and that has just
a
made
million
it
times
worse. You know, because I've seen even kids or people don't attack the kids as much, but they do because people are just assholes.
Right.
But even the guys that attack the other guys because they got a 6, it's a nice basket 6. There's
Right.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's like
You know,
I hate
I would've
hearing
let him
that.
grow in another year.
I would have given it 2 more.
You always
It's like,
say,
yeah, you're
oh, 2 more
yeah,
years.
well, I
I'd have
didn't.
been.
Yeah, it's like eat shit, buddy. I was happy to get that deer.
And it's in my
Mhm.
freezer, and the sausage is going to be delicious.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then you get the guys, well, that's why we don't have any trophy bucks in Minnesota because everybody shoots all these. And they're meat hunters. Yeah, we eat meat there, bud.
That's why we shoot them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Well, and like
Fine.
Dean
Argue
said, you know,
about it.
there's been years where I haven't seen a buck
Yeah.
in northern Minnesota. Like maybe it's a
Right.
little different down south. I've never hunted down there. I know there's way more deer and there's, you know, food plots and
Right.
open areas and farm country and whatever. But I mean, there's been a lot of years where I've struggled to see a deer
right.
Yeah.
in my hunting career.
Yep.
And so it's like,
Yep.
man, you see a deer your
You're
heart's
gonna take
going.
that
You're
deer.
going to
Yeah.
take that deer
Yeah.
like you
That's
want
the way I
it.
grew up too. It's like you saw a deer and you didn't shoot at it. Well, that's just the
That's
way it
it.
was. That's it. Well, that's your
that
chance.
was your chance.
That was your chance.
Yeah, and see, in hunting in Kansas, it's different just because there are so many more deer and there's a variety and there's, age classes, stuff like that. So you can be a little bit more picky.
Yeah, there's
but
so
then,
many more
again,
deer.
it also depends on how many days you have to hunt.
Right.
Because I hunted down there and I had 2 days to hunt. So it's like, okay, I know there's these 2 big deer that if I see them, they're dead. But I would see others, like a small 6, like there's a 12 point out here. I don't want to shoot the small 6, or there's 30 does around me, but I have my target buck. So it's like, I don't need it this year because I already got a Minnesota buck. So it's like, I don't need the Kansas deer right now. So I waited and I think I hunted 2 or 3 years before I finally got my first Kansas deer. And then I hunted 2 years after that, still didn't harvest one because I was targeting the one deer that I wanted because I already had my deer up here.
That's called the luxury deer, Dean.
It is. It is a luxury deer. But
I
guess
don't
what?
know what that
I
is.
ate it
No,
I'm a meat
well, I
hunter.
sure would hope so.
because I'm a meat hunter.
Well, I think all hunters are meat hunters. I would hope.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of people that aren't.
There's a lot of horn
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of douches out there.
Well, there is. I grew up in an area where there used to be a lot of those people that would come up and they would shoot a deer and we'd find them later and the head's cut off,
Mhm.
which I never understood. But
At my old house in Canada, we had hunters from southern Ontario, kind of like southern Minnesota, come up, and they had land that butted up to mine, and they shot a deer. And I believe they did shoot it on their land, and it ran onto mine. And first of all, they never came and asked to go onto my property. So that was a no-no. But you could see their four-wheeler tracks come up to that deer, and they realized it was,
Wasn't as big as what they wanted.
well, it was a small doe.
Oh,
I don't know if they thought it had horns or if they thought it was bigger. But anyway, the four-wheeler tracks came up to it, turned around, and went over and talked to them. And I mean, of course, nobody fessed up or anything.
Well, right,
but
never. Mhm.
But then, but by the time we found it, other things had been on it,
Mhm.
so it wasn't like I could take it for the meat. Like it just went to waste.
No, that's horrible. I hate seeing
Yeah,
that.
I hate that.
Mhm.
So
So that brings up an even more important point. You said you had land in Ontario to hunt. Is that still the case?
Well, not as much.
Oh,
I had 160 acres and sold it when I moved in
Well,
with him.
good one, Josh.
damn you, Josh.
I tried to figure out a way we could
We
like,
really,
make it work.
we tried so hard to
Get
figure
out.
out, like, could we sell just the house and keep, part of the
Land,
land, keep the
right.
land and just do the house in the land that it,
Which in the States would be easy, but up there's different rules. It
I
was like
suppose.
complicated to
It was-
break up the house and the land.
yeah.
Where here it would be easy, right?
Right.
You just go, okay, we're going to
Stupid
carve out.
Canada.
You just draw some lines.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you had to get it surveyed. You had to pay to have the parcels split up and blah. It was going to cost more money than selling I would have got from the house.
Stupid Canada rules.
It was, yeah. So that sucked. But we really tried hard to keep it. But
Well, yeah.
my dad also has a farm with 160 acres. So we can go hunt there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But
So
the problem is non-residents can only hunt
the first
With
2
a guide?
weeks.
the first
No.
2 weeks. Well, they have
And
to
with
have
a guide.
but her dad could get a guide license for like $10.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
$10 to get the license, so dad could be our guide. You don't
Right.
have to nest for deer. You don't necessarily have to go through an outfitter.
Okay.
For moose, you have to, but not necessarily. You just have to have a guide. So my dad could be a guide,
Be a guide.
but you can only hunt the first 2 weeks.
Which starts in October.
So the first week is a week before our season opens. Then the following week, Minnesota season opens.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to do a good hunt and have 2 weekends up there, we missed the first weekend
Right.
here, which means we only have 2 more weeks.
Yep.
So
And then Canadian citizens can hunt till like,
December 15th.
Wow.
They
with
can
rifle.
hunt from
Like they can hunt from
Like how-
virtually end of
Jesus.
October through
December 15th.
mid-December,
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yep.
which
There's
is kind of neat. I mean, like
Yeah.
especially if you wanted to be, let's say, more selective, like
Right,
you've got
right.
time.
How's the deer population? I mean, good from what I've
yeah, I think so.
seen. All right.
Seems to be a lot of deer, but at least where you're at, I didn't think there's all that big a deer. You know, it's not
No.
like when you think of Canada and you think those big,
Saskatchewan,
yeah,
yeah.
like Saskatchewan.
No, they're
It's
not.
Not that.
They're not like that.
They're like
no.
Minnesota. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, I used to know somebody that had property not too far across the border in Ontario, and he'd go up there every year and come back with a decent
Mhm.
buck.
You
Yeah.
can get, there's decent bucks. And the thing about that is you can have, like, you can feed them.
Right.
Right.
So when, my dad puts out, we have a couple automatic feeders. Like when I moved, I gave him mine because I couldn't do anything with it over
Right.
here. So we've got a couple spots now at the farm where we feed the deer and,
Right.
but the problem that we've been having the last few years is those nicer bucks, they're not coming out in the day
No.
at all.
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope.
And they're coming out. My dad got a shot at one last year. It was right at dark and, or not dark, but case time or whatever,
Right.
So it was right at the end and he missed it, but that's my dad.
That's a Canadian thing, that case time, right?
that was
Yeah.
so weird when Katie's
Yeah.
like, "Well, it's case time," and they all put their guns in the case, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
What if a timber wolf is like attacking us on the way back? She's like, "Well, it's case time. We're gonna put it in the case." I'm like, "What the heck with that?" And put it in the case so I get to the truck.
Yeah, no, if it's case time, if you're leaving and it's after shooting time, it has to be in the case.
Wow.
So
Dumb.
I know.
But they
So-
got Tim Hortons.
They got Tim Hortons.
Yep.
Let it be known that I brought Tim
You did,
Hortons.
Yep. So
But no
Katie-
tidbits.
No
right?
Tim
So
bits.
she blessed us with Tim Hortons coffee.
Which I haven't had in a long time, but I used to get every spring up in the when I went to the Boundary Waters. I'd stop at the Tim Hortons. I was up there in Tower.
Yeah, it smells really good.
So
It's
I'm looking
good
forward to
coffee.
it.
Yeah.
So what's on the agenda for spring, summer? I mean, obviously we're doing turkey hunting this spring, but like, well, how about you guys? You're doing turkey hunting. What about
Do some
fishing?
turkey.
Dean
Try some
can't catch
fishing.
fish.
Yeah, no shit. I
We never
can't.
seem to get time to go fishing. I swear
That's
we
the
always
problem.
want to go, but then we bring our families and they turn it into a swimming adventure.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Give them a tube and then just let them float on the lake. You go fishing.
Oh no, because then the tube's not going fast enough. It's hot. There's bugs. It's,
Oh, there's a million things. Yeah.
yeah,
I actually am looking forward to a fishing trip.
I do
We
want to do
should,
some more fishing.
Mm-hmm.
We should
I
take
was
the
gonna
boys
say-
up to Canada.
I was going to say, I don't even know if I dare say this, but we should take them on a Lake of the Woods trip.
Katie guides or used to guide up
You
at
don't
Lake of
have
the Woods
to like beg
on
me.
the Canadian side.
Definitely not.
Yeah, we'll just find some time. We'll make
Uh,
time.
Right?
Make time.
If you want to catch walleyes on the Canadian side of Lake of the Woods,
Mhm.
it kills me to say this, but
Yes.
Katie really knows where to go and what to do. Like she knows the lake and she's done it for years and she knows a lot of spots. Like, I mean, the amount of fish that you catch is insane. Like you don't even want to walleye fish back. in Minnesota. It's really hard to do.
Can you say that one more time?
No.
I mean,
Don't worry. I'll play it
Yeah.
back.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
just-
We
I'll
put
put it
just
on
it
keep
a loop
repeating it
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
and I'll send it to
That's
you.
the one
Yeah.
kudos you're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I love fishing up there.
It's an amazing fishery. It really
Mhm.
is. And then, you tag into the occasional big pike, or
That's what I was-
whatever.
That's fun. He's caught a few of them.
Yeah, with that, what is it? The first
that
year,
one,
it was like,
my gosh. I wish we
didn't have a
mounted it.
measure stick big enough, but we're figuring 42 to 44
Oh,
pike,
geez.
and it was
Yeah.
fat and huge. I
Oh.
mean, it was
Wow.
huge.
That's awesome.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That was
But every year you get a couple that are,
Yeah.
pigs like that,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I mean, the amount of walleyes that you catch in a given day, it's like, here, if you miss a fish, you might be like, oh, geez, I missed that walleye or I lost that
Right.
walleye at the boat, and now it's like 20 minutes or an hour before you get another one, depending on
Or
what.
3 years.
Yeah. But up there, it's like, oh, I missed a fish. Whoop-de-doo. Like I'm going to get another bite in 30 seconds. It's like, it's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
There
no,
we
I
go.
would like to do more fishing this summer because that thing is awesome.
Dear Lord, I haven't seen that before.
That is a gorgeous fish.
And
not
that was
the
a-
fisherman, but the fish.
That was a random like, hey, it's nice out. Let's go out after work.
Wow.
And we only had a few hours.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's a beautiful
Mhm.
fish.
it has a tank.
It was. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, it would be fun to get those guys up there. And
I don't know if I could handle the three
Careful
of
what
them
you say.
in a boat all
we don't-
day.
we-
sometimes
nobody
Jared
said we-
doesn't have to be
Exactly.
there.
Oh. He's
Nobody
not
said
even
we had to
here.
invite Jared.
No,
Right.
that's right. He's not even here. What the hell?
Exactly.
Right.
I don't think he likes Canada anyways.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think he does.
I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't seem like it. So
No.
I think he should just stay
Right.
home.
that's
Right.
fine. He doesn't have to
He doesn't
come.
I
really
had
like
when we went to Namakan the last two times, I had to buy that fishing card or
The outdoors card.
Outdoors card.
Yeah, we
outdoors
bought
card.
those
Yeah,
because we did cross the
you
border.
gotta
We
have-
did.
Depending how long ago that's been, your outdoor card might still be
They're
good.
good for 3 years.
No,
it's been
it's
long.
been over
Probably
3.
4 or 5 for sure.
Yeah, because I think I actually had to buy it once
I bought it a couple
because
times.
because we were within that time frame.
Yeah,
so.
I used to go fishing in Manaki all the time.
You know where Manaki is, Katie?
Yeah, yes and no.
It's north of Kenora.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
knew it was up there. I've heard of it, but I've never been there.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
But-
dude, I don't know.
Me neither.
but no, it's a good time out there. We'd have fun.
Katie sometimes
Prove
sings
it.
Canadian Christmas songs while we're out
By all
there.
means, we're catching fish. I don't care what she's singing.
I can imagine.
It gets a little rough out there, though.
It
I'll
can,
say that.
it can.
There's been a couple times where I was like, oh, it is.
I can imagine on big water like that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
only one bad spot. If you just get across the big water, you're fine because then it's just islands. It's just
Mhm.
getting there and getting back.
I mean, we've had some rough water cutting through Namakan and it wasn't Crane Lake.
Yeah, it was Crane Lake.
Oh, it was Crane, yeah.
Mhm.
Cutting right through the middle of that. And then I've hit some rough water on Leech, but obviously it's not probably as rough as out there. I've actually hit rough water on Winnie.
Oh, I believe that.
And
That's a
Red.
big lake.
Winnie's
That's a big lake.
Red can get
And I've
rolling.
hit some
Red.
pretty rough
Yeah.
water on Red, but
Shallow and there's nothing to really stop it.
Yeah.
Red
Mhm.
gets rocking.
yep. In the southern part of Leech, where right around Stony Point area, that gets pretty vicious, but yeah, I haven't been on big lake with rough water.
Well, we'll just have to plan it. We'll have to just keep every weekend open and we'll watch the weather.
Okay.
We'll
I'm
just
good
be
with
like, all right, it's going to be a good weather weekend. We're going.
All right, I'll give you one more compliment.
Ooh.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. I'm going to get out of the domestic dispute mode. So, also, Katie does know how to handle a boat in rough water. Like, we've been in some waves that, like 5-footers, and I'm not a big fan of that kind of waves because I'm a small lake guy with a small boat. Like, I've always fished pretty tiny lakes, just northern
Small.
Minnesota, small lakes.
Small.
Yeah.
Just lakes, Dean. But Katie kind of cut her teeth on boats that were probably about the size of mine, but using
They
them on
were-
Lake of the Woods. Like
Right.
they call them skiffs.
Yeah.
16-foot skiffs with a 40-horse.
Yeah. So no
Tiller
different
motor.
than what I drive
Right.
here, but on big
Big
water,
water.
Right.
And so she does know how to handle the waves and whatnot. And I'm glad she's driving most of the time. It's rough.
Well, I mean,
That's twice I was nice
that
to you.
what? Yeah.
that's
You still
something.
don't get to
That
take a
counts.
week off for turkey hunting.
Oh, come on.
How many more
Tried.
compliments?
Right.
No, but I worked at a resort out in the middle of Lake of the Woods called Reelaman Lodge. And to get out there, you had to cross big water. And if we had guests coming in or out, like it didn't matter. You had to go. The only time we wouldn't is if it was like thundering and lightning, then we'd wait for that to
Yeah.
stop. But a lot of times it didn't matter if it was blowing 5 mile an hour or 50 mile an hour. We had to get our people back. So, I mean, the guests, of course, all went on the big boats.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times we'd have their luggage or whatever.
Let's put the luggage that could go over in the smallest boat if possible.
No, but we, if we had to have a couple smaller boats go in because we had too big of a group, we just, I had my boss, Vic, he, before I could ever do it alone, he would ride in the small boat with me, or he'd have Mike ride with me. And, they just taught me over the years how to handle the best way to handle the waves and what to do if, the different tricks for if you're taking them head on or if you're taking them sideways or whatever. And so I just learned how to do it, and big water doesn't bother me. I am scared of it because you should always be scared of big water, but
you respect it.
I respect it. And do
you have a lot of brown pants?
No.
That's kind of a theme with you. I know.
I have a lot of brown pants.
He does.
So I take my time. I don't try to rush through it. And I just know how to.
I can tell you
She knows how to handle it.
I can tell you one thing you don't do in rough water is leave your anchor out.
That is a bad idea.
couple times I was coming across a lake one time. I'd been camping on an island and it was rougher than snot. And there's only one way to get to the landing. And so I got all my gear, and while I had tossed the anchor out while we were on shore, I forgot to pull it when we were coming across. So we're fighting the waves and I try to gun it to, get on top of the wave or whatever. And this motor's just doggy, and I'm like, why am I just can't? All of a sudden I noticed I got the anchor hanging off the back of the boat.
That'll do it every time.
That'll do it every time.
Yeah.
So
that'll do it.
point for all you mariners out there, pull your anchor.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
Don't pull a Josh.
You're right.
Yep.
Anchor boy.
Well, it seems like as usual, we kind of covered the gamut here today.
We did.
Yeah,
We're all over the board.
Fishing. I don't know what else there is.
No, I think it's
This time
great.
of year.
Yeah.
You guys do any ice fishing?
Oh, once.
It was pathetic.
We've
It
had
was extremely
We got
pathetic.
out.
twice.
I got out twice. You've gone 3 times.
Yeah, and there was nothing super to write home about. I
Right.
wouldn't say.
We did not catch a single fish at either of the tournaments we fished.
Wow.
But it wasn't like they were in hot areas either.
No, but we suck. We can't ice fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted to make it out.
We always plan on, but
I even bought an
just gets away
auger
from us.
at the end of season because I'm
That's
an
fine.
idiot.
It was on sale probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I don't get it now, I'm not going to get it. Of course, wife's like, why you get it now? I go, because if I don't get it now when I have the money come next season, then I'm going to get bitched at because I want to buy an auger, but yet I don't have the money.
Right.
So it's like, I get it now and I'd rather store it than not have it. And
Right.
Well,
we just never made it out again. Then it seems like it was always, we were busy.
So busy.
Like
February was a blur.
Yeah.
well, between the banquet and then the SCI and
right.
everything, which
February was just tough.
that sounded pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kudos to you guys for that
That was awesome.
Yeah.
partnership
Banquet
there.
was
That was pretty
great.
cool.
And we met quite a few people there that extending partnerships and everything coming down the pike here. So it was
Sweet.
That's
great.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was really a neat event.
Yeah.
Some great people for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it again next year. Hopefully it works out for our weekends.
Right.
I'm hoping.
It'd be sad if it didn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But yeah, it's been busy. So looking forward to spring. Turkey.
Turkeys
So
and
hopefully
fishing.
we can
I'm
That's
done
right.
with snow.
no doubt.
If Katie actually catches a fish bigger than I do this
Oh
year,
my gosh. Here we go again.
we'll come back again sometime.
Yeah.
Have some adventures we can talk about. I think
Exactly.
Merriam's.
Him getting thrown out of the boat, maybe.
Hey, that would be something.
That
Not
would
a
be
good
cool.
swimmer. Be nice.
Put a life jacket on.
I always remember.
He
that.
always,
I'm
he
scared she's going to throw me
always-
over.
He always wears his life jacket.
Well, it's safety.
You'd think,
good idea.
for as round as a shape, and I should float better than I do, but
He got mad at me one time a couple years ago when I was out guiding and coming back and
Oh, I was mad at you.
pretty big stuff. And he found out I didn't have my life jacket on.
She's 6 foot rollers that she's out in. And I know when I pulled her up on Life 360 to see like
Stalker.
where she was at, and she's going like 2 or 3 miles an hour. So I know it's really rough because she is really taking her time across that big water. So then I call her when she finally hits land. I'm like, "Did you made it?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I was kind of scared." She's like, "It was like 6 or 7 foot rollers out there, and I didn't have my life jacket." And I'm like, "What?" You didn't have your life jacket? I chewed her butt on that one. I was like, it's one thing if you don't want to wear, you should always have it on when you're moving, really. But it's one thing if it's flat calm and you're moving. Right. It's another thing if it's 7 foot. You fall on the boat then and the thing tips over, you're in trouble.
It's tough.
Yeah.
You're in trouble.
I think we've all done that. Where it's like, yeah, I should have ordered, I should have.
Oh, gosh.
There's been a few times where cutting across, leech, and it's like, it's getting pretty rough. Y'all should definitely have your jackets on.
Right.
And I need to find mine, at least put it right here, right behind me, so I have it.
Yeah.
Mine is always on the
seat.
On the seat.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do you a lot of good when the boat flips over and you fall out.
And
I'd like to see you try to grab that life jacket.
Yeah.
Mine's always wrapped around my nice fat little belly, and I'm just perfectly
I cannot
safe.
stand wearing it. I cannot stand a life jacket.
But I've got the ones that
inflatable.
Yeah, and she doesn't.
Right.
And I don't even notice when I have that on. Yeah. I wouldn't want to wear one of them big bulky things.
He does have a hell cool tan at the end of summer. That's all he's wearing.
It would interfere with my tanning. You know that.
Oh, muffin.
So
rough. On that note.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming down again and
sharing some pictures of the Merriams with us.
Yes.
Yep, we'll do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And who knows? Maybe we'll do it again later this summer. Some cool fishing stories. Or
as
we'll be able to
Jared's
do it.
not here.
Exactly.
Oh, we could do a live one from Canada.
Live from Canada.
Oh, and I'll make you guys.
Well, wait a minute. So we're going to do a live from Canada and a live woodcock hunting trip?
That's right. We got to go woodcock this fall. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And
for sure, your property up north?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We can make that happen.
We have to buy another shotgun.
Well, yeah.
You got to have a woodcock shotgun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got to have a.
I can sell that for you if you want. I can talk to the wife on that.
And when we do walleye fishing, we'll cook you a Canadian shore lunch.
Sounds good to me.
When she says she's going to cook the Canadian shore lunch, it's worth coming up for.
Yeah.
It's not like your other food talks you guys talk about and then you never actually follow through with the food. It's worth it.
There's nothing better than walleye straight from the water to the frying pan.
Mm-hmm.
And all the accessories that your family cooks up too.
Yeah.
It's
when
good.
I did them out at the resort Reel 'em In that I used to work at, we built a fire and cook over the fire, and we had to get the firewood. And then we'd clean the fish and fry the potatoes, and put the
potatoes.
Yeah, and then
crab salad.
I'm not gonna give out my secrets, but
you're making me hungry.
I know, right?
But that's an original shore lunch. And like my parents, I love them, but they like to make it a little easier. So we take a propane frying stove and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, it is nice, but there is nothing like over a fire.
Agreed.
Either way, if Dean actually catches some walleyes, we'll have a shore lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We talk about food a lot on here.
We do.
Every episode.
It might be because I'm fat.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say anything.
It's winter weight.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
The winter weight.
It's survival weight.
Yeah.
We'll survive.
Yeah.
All right. I'm hungry.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so are we.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys, for making the trip.
Yep. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association has been building our hunting and conservation legacy over the past 40 plus years through habitat, education, advocacy, and legislation in Minnesota for Minnesota.
The Minnesota Deer Hunters Association and wolf.report proudly sponsor this podcast. However, please note that the opinions, topics, and guests featured may not necessarily align with the views, beliefs, goals, or mission of our sponsors.
Need help and don't know where to turn? First call for help, 211, connects you to free confidential support. including dedicated veteran services for housing, food, and mental health, available 24/7. Just dial 211. Help starts with your first call.